What's going on, my PT peeps and my Walking Dead family? Welcome to the PT channel. I am One Eyebrow. You don't know if I'm winking or I'm blinking, but I'm definitely thinking about Top 10 Tuesdays. Today is Christmas 2018. We're going to continue on. It's a Tuesday, so here's my top 10 movie picks for holiday movies. I had to exclude some movies from this list. I'll tell you why in a second. But first, I want to know your top 10 list of your favorite holiday movies. Your top 10 list for sure I want to know. And before I get to my list, I got to do a couple things. Photo credit to all the posters, the movie posters, and the photos from the movies listed here. And to me, I had to exclude Die Hard, Gremlins, Edward Scissorhands, Batman, Nightmare Before Christmas, and really any of those type of movies, because to me, they're not holiday movies. To me, Die Hard would be the best holiday movie if you consider it. Some people do, and some people don't. It's highly debated. To me, I'm going to exclude it from the list, but it would definitely be number one if I put it on this list. Also, Gremlins is taking place around the holidays, and there are a lot of movies that take place around the holidays and mainly Christmas that I put off the list, but Gremlins is a good movie, and I just don't see it as a holiday movie. And the same thing with Edward Scissorhands. When I was making this list, I did a search, and Edward Scissorhands and a bunch of other movies came up that I'm like, really? That's considered a holiday movie or a Christmas movie? And I just don't see it as being that. The same with Batman Returns. It takes place around the holiday season, and I just don't really think it is. I don't think it qualifies as that, but it is a really good movie. It's actually one of my favorite Batman movies. I had to exclude it from the list. And the last thing I had to exclude was A Nightmare Before Christmas, because is it a Halloween movie? Is it a Christmas movie? I wasn't sure, so I had to just take it off my list, even though I do enjoy watching that. Now, number 10 is a movie that plays a lot during the holidays, is Elf. And I do like Will Ferrell in it. I do like the movie overall. I would definitely not say it's the best Christmas movie of all times. I know a lot of people would. Some people do not like Will Ferrell. I am a supporter of Will Ferrell. And if you look closely, I'll show you in a second, there is a person that plays in a couple different holiday movies, and he's coming up in a movie. He'll be on this list actually twice. We see Will Ferrell there, and Will Ferrell, and yes, the actor who plays Ralphie in A Christmas Story is right there next to Will Ferrell. So he plays an Elf and A Christmas Story. And Elf is one of those movies that I can watch it for a certain amount of time and look for certain parts, but I really won't sit and watch the entire movie, that's for sure. Number 9 is a movie that plays for 24 hours straight, is A Christmas Story. Yes, to me, it's very memorable. It's iconic. The BB gun, the lamp, the bunny suit. It's just something that you know. You know those things. You know the Red Ryder BB gun, you'll shoot your eye out. And there's definitely a clip going around YouTube and Facebook of Ralphie shooting his Red Ryder BB gun at walkers. It's edited and it's put together, and it's really hilarious. You know all these big moments from A Christmas Story, which to me makes it memorable. I'll watch parts of it. I won't watch the entire movie because it plays 24 hours, I think, for Christmas Eve and the Christmas Day. And here it is right here. The Red Ryder BB gun. He did shoot his eye out. We know all that. We know this story, and it is pretty funny. I do watch parts of it. Do you think it should be higher or off the list entirely? Number 8 is a movie that I don't know a lot of people agree with, Bad Santa. It's like the anti-Christmas movie. To me, it's very funny. It's very vulgar. It's too much at times, but there's parts of it I was cracking up. I watched it on Netflix the other day, and I was definitely laughing. Billy Bob Thornton and Thurman Merman and so much of the cast is pretty hilarious. I think it's just a movie that I enjoy watching because it's not your cookie cutter holiday Hallmark movie, and that's what I like about it. I feel bad for Thurman Merman really the entire movie, and it's definitely a movie that I enjoy watching around the holidays for sure. Let me know if you agree or disagree. Number 7 is The Santa Claus, and there's a lot of funny moments I can just think of as I picture this movie. I think Tim Allen does a great Santa Claus because it's like the everyday guy, dad, father who becomes Santa Claus. He is a worker, he's an employee, and then he becomes the Santa Claus, which is hilarious. And just right here, he's like, does this look healthy to you? Well, it's a different part, but just from the picture, you know what I'm talking about. I think Tim Allen is pretty funny in it. I will watch parts of this movie again when it's on TV. They do play it a lot. I know it's on AMC this year, and I do enjoy most of the movies this year that AMC has on their lineup. Number 6, to me, is The Grinch. The first Grinch, the animated Grinch. I'll say it is a close tie with the animated Grinch story and the movie, but I believe the animated Grinch story is better because it's way shorter. It's not as over the top as Jim Carrey, even though I believe Jim Carrey does a great Grinch. He's kind of built for that role. Over-exaggerator, over-actor, kind of fits the Grinch's personality in the movie, but I just like the animated version because I grew up with it more. It's way shorter, like I said, and I think it gets to the point better instead of an hour and a half or 2-hour movie. I believe it's a half hour or less, but I do have to say, I do love the baby Grinch from the Jim Carrey movie. My wife does as well. Santa, bye-bye. It is pretty cute. I have to give it that. Number 5 is a movie that I don't know a lot of people saw. Four Christmases. It's a hilarious take on what this couple wants to do for the holidays. Not be around their family. They want to go on vacation, but they get stuck in California. I believe it's San Francisco or around that area. And it's kind of interesting because it's 4 Christmases. So both of the main characters' parents are divorced. So they have to see this mom, this dad, this mom, and this dad. I love the part right here with the scene at the church when Vince Vaughn is like, swaddle that baby. It's just hilarious. I love this movie because it's pretty funny. Again, it's not your same cookie cutter little old school holiday movie, and I like that about it. It's one of those movies that is pretty underrated, and I'm not sure a lot of people saw it, but I do recommend it. Number 4 is a movie that people don't really like, Jingle All The Way. It's a movie that is pretty dumb, pretty over the top. And I mean, I grew up in the 80s and the 90s, and I believe that's what parents had to do from time to time. Now, they didn't have to get a Turbo Man. They had to get a Tickle Me Elmo or a Furby or a this or a that. And that's kind of what the premise of the story is. And Arnold really isn't the best dad. He's not there for his son and his wife. He's work, work, work all the time. But Turbo Man. It's pretty funny how he is Turbo Man at the end of the movie, and I do love Arnold and Sinbad. I actually love Sinbad more in the movie because he's pretty hilarious. I love the fight scene at the Santa workshop. And I want to say that is the wrestler, The Big Show from WWE, but it's just a little crazy over the top movie, and I do enjoy watching it. Number 3 is a sequel, Home Alone 2. It definitely does not beat Home Alone by any means, but Home Alone 2 is pretty funny. And I have to say, I enjoy a lot of John Hughes' movies, Home Alone 2, Home Alone 1, a lot of the 80s movies, Breakfast Club. But Home Alone 2 was one of those movies that is a good sequel, not the best by any means, but they were trying to continue on what they did in the first one, and I think they succeeded. I like watching it. I recently bought a combo DVD thing on Amazon with Home Alone 1 and Home Alone 2, and I do like Joe Pesci and Macaulay Culkin in the movie, and I definitely enjoy watching it for sure. Number 2 has to be Home Alone 1. Home Alone 1 is one of the classics that I definitely enjoy watching. They recently did a Google ad with Macaulay Culkin for the first movie, and it's pretty funny. It's pretty cool, and I do think that Home Alone is a movie that I'll watch probably the rest of my life. Yes, it's from the 90s, and it doesn't make sense now when you don't have cell phones and smartphones there, but it's a movie. You have to get lost in it, and I know a lot of people bring it up every year with how did Mr. McAllister afford this house and be able to take his whole family to Paris, as I don't know what he did for a living. And if you look closely, when the milk gets spilled in the kitchen, Mr. McAllister actually throws Kevin's ticket in the trash, so Kevin doesn't have a ticket to fly to Paris. Number 1 is Christmas Vacation. Hands down, it's the best holiday Christmas movie ever. I laugh and laugh and laugh every time I watch it, even when I know the story, the plot lines, the lines of the actors. I just love it from start to finish. It's hilarious. Even when I know what's going to happen, I still laugh. To me, it's a timeless movie like Home Alone. Christmas Vacation is one of those movies that I look forward to watching every holiday season. Do you agree or not? What's your number 1? Do you watch Christmas Vacation? Do you love it? I just think it's hilarious and one of those movies that I enjoy watching every holiday season. So do you agree with my list? Did I forget anything? Did I omit any movies? Again, I had to take the Die Hard debate out because to me, that would be easily number 1 because Die Hard is a great movie. But is it a holiday movie? Is it not? There's points for both sides, but that aside, I think Christmas Vacation definitely deserves a top spot of my list. Let me know your thoughts. Post your comments below, and happy holidays and Merry Christmas to those who celebrate Christmas. I want to know your list. Post your comments below of your top 10 movie list. Like, share, subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you guys for watching. I truly appreciate it. Help us achieve our goal of 100,000 1,000 subscribers. And remember guys, with hard work, dedication, belief, and sacrifice, you can truly achieve your goals. Believe in yourself, you can do it. And as always, tell them, Daryl.
Yo, we love you guys. Honestly, thank you.